This is what I don't do all of these things, by the way. It's a long list. I can't handle it. Okay, but I will switch things up every now and then. Okay, to a certain degree, I do switch things up. So one of the things I do, for example, every day, and this is health related, believe it or not, because health begins up here, right? I mean, if you think right, honestly, everything else sort of falls into place. It really does. You know, and it all starts from your thinking. Okay, like I know you're mentioning, okay, like, you know, you can't fast, you know, and almost everybody I talk to, so many people say they can't fast, right? Now, I'll give you this as an example, okay? I'm the example, a real life example. Okay, I fasted for 1 month, 30 days on just water. In fact, the water that's in that container right there with the lemon,
yeah,
it's just lemon and water, okay, with a tablespoon of grade B organic maple syrup, right?
Yeah.
And I drink that 8 times a day, at least, okay, like a glass, for 30 days. I was on no food whatsoever. So what does that do to our body, right? When you do that to your body, first of all, it gives all of your organs a chance to relax. Because everything is stressed. Not only are we mentally stressed, every one of our organs is stressed. And when our organs are stressed, okay, it doesn't support our body functions correctly. That's where people end up with hypertension, or with, you know, they'll end up with, you know, gallstones, or, you know, like whatever the case might be, you know, like any kind of blood disease, heart disease you can imagine, okay? Bone disease, muscular disease, okay, it's as a result of us over-abusing our organs, okay?
Really?
And if, for example, okay, let's say, you know, and, you know, I can't, it's you know, you can't really, I can't really say that legally that this is the case, because it's illegal for me to say that, but from my perspective, it's in my opinion that if a person were to completely alkaline their body, okay, and for a certain period of time, and remove all sugars for a certain amount of time, that person's body, if it was cancerous, would destroy its cancer on its own. Because the #1 physician in the US, if you eliminated all forms of sugar, cancer has nothing to eat. And it would die. Right? But when a person has cancer and they go to the hospital and give them chemotherapy, and then they feed them stuff, they give them juice drinks and stuff like that, which are full of sugars, right? Full of, you know, like even artificial sweeteners in some cases. I've actually, you know, walked into the hospital visiting somebody, and then I read the container that they're eating, the stuff they're eating, the product they're eating. And I can tell this stuff is ultimately going to not be helpful to them, you know? Right? Put it that way, right?
Right.
So if a person were to just do those 2 things, eliminate sugar and alkaline your body, you completely heal all types of illnesses within that body. Whatever it is.
I agree.
Okay. But the problem is, we've conditioned our mind to believe that if we do any kind of, you know, like, you know, we take anything away from us, you know, it's going to have a detrimental effect. And in fact, it does. It's just like you're an alcoholic, and you're drinking, and then you're sucking off alcohol. You go through these massive withdrawal symptoms, and the same thing is true for any kind of addictive drug, right? Like cocaine or something. They go through these insane withdrawals, and it depends on the intensity of the drug, and then that's how intense the withdrawal symptoms are, right? But if you've been abusing your body over so many years, now to get off of whatever you were doing, it's not easy. And what happens is your brain comes up with, it's all chemical imbalances, okay? And what happens is your brain says, you're not feeding me, you know what, you're gonna die, right? And so you convince yourself you're gonna die, right? So in my case, I experimented for 1 month, right? You know, on just water, right? That water, right? That type of water.
Were you starving?
No, actually, that was true in the first, I would say, 3 to 5 days, okay? I was going through all types of agony, okay? And the agony was all mental, every last bit of it. That's what I realized. Because once I broke that barrier, okay, and it took, I think I think it was 4 or 5 days where I broke that brain barrier for me, and it'll be different for everybody. But when I broke that brain barrier, that I'm still alive, You know, I'm probably just eating up more of my fat, that stored fat that's in me, which, I mean, I have a lot of it, right? So that's probably that, you know, so that's fine. Let it just dissolve all that unnecessariness, right, inside my body, right? So that's, you know, just by doing this fast for 30 days, I know what I did. I know that I gave all my organs a chance to relax, you know, go back to their original way of functioning, right? I'm not dehydrated because I'm drinking lots of water, right? So the hydration is there. You know, the human body, there are people that have gone months, okay, on just water. Forget about lemon and adding, you know, maple syrup to it, right? And organic, you know, not Enchimima or something like that, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's got to be the real stuff, right? So that has the minerals and stuff in it. But this is what I did, and I obviously I'm standing here, living proof that a person doesn't need to die. However, I told other people, you know, give it a try, who were in bad, you know, like other ailments, you know, and they tried it. They tried it not even for a day, and they couldn't do it because it was too much. Now you ask the question, you know, like, you know, did you get weaker and weaker, and did you do other stuff? After the 5th or 6th day, I wanted to cook for everybody in my family, not eating a single thing. I became the chef. I wanted to make breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even snacks in between snacks, right? Because I worked from home. So I wanted to do everything for everybody. And I would ask them how it was, you know, and everyone would say, Dad, this is better than what Mom makes, you know, and I was getting stuff like that. And I was making things like, not simple stuff, I was making like goat curry, for example, okay? I was making, you know, all like pastas and stuff like that. Forget that. That's easy, you know, right? While I was fasting, you know, right? So I was making everything you can imagine, all types of soups.
While you were fasting?
While I was fasting. I wouldn't eat any of it. I would smell it, however. And the smells were like, I could smell everything. After a certain number of days, I started smelling so well, I knew exactly how much salt to put in, exactly how much everything to put in, without any issue. And everyone ate it, and they said that, you know, like, this is crazy how good this stuff is. I actually started becoming like, and I was really good, you know, creating all types of meals, right?
Wow.
Not sandwiches necessarily. I'm talking real meals,
right.
taking my time and cooking them, right, and doing whatever.
Amazing.
Did you lose a lot of weight?
I lost weight, but this is not. Remember, this is never intended to lose weight.
Yeah.
This is intended as a cleanse. You will automatically lose weight because. Like, I won't talk about specifics, okay, but if you ever go online, you can actually look up this thing called Master Cleanse.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if that's what it was.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is, okay? So you could do the Master Cleanse, right? And you
That's
can,
with the cayenne pepper. And
exactly, that's the only other ingredient that goes in
Yeah.
there, and that cayenne pepper is the blood purifier, right? So it's helping to grab the toxins and remove them, you know?
So it was worth it for you?
It was really worth it, you know? And so what I try to do is, generally speaking, every January, you know, because it's after Christmas, right? And usually there's not so much happening in January. Now I do at least 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks in January, or maybe after the first week, so the second and third week in January, I'll do that fast, right? And it's actually, you just have to break that little barrier in the beginning, you know, that your brain keeps telling you, oh, you're gonna pass out, you're gonna die and stuff like that. You have to convince yourself, no. And by the way, just so you're aware, I actually started going on the treadmill after 2. So when I was in my 21st day, you know, above 20, I started jogging on my treadmill at home. You know, listening to empowering videos through YouTube. I put my phone there, hit play, and I know what I'm watching, right? Because there's some videos that I love watching. You know,
yes.
like for example, the one that was shown during the Actus event, the last one, right?
That's right. Yes.
So I found that when I downloaded it, you know, I didn't know, I have it on my favorites, and I do watch that. It's one of the videos I like to watch because it just has the right, you know, it has the right voices, the right messages, you know, just to get, and you listen to that first thing in the morning. You know, in the first 20 minutes of you waking up, you're most able to program your subconscious mind, right? And the better you're able to program your subconscious mind with the right, you know, I'll give you this, by the way. I'll send it to you. I'll email it to you, no problem. The
However,
right things.
this photo has you in it.
you know, the right things
Thank
in
you.
your mind, okay, are being imbued into your subconscious. This is what we're always trying to tap into. Our conscious mind is always attacking us in some way, okay? Like mentally, we're walking around thinking, oh my God, you know, I gotta get this done, and oh, is he gonna do okay with that, you know, or you know, like disappointed, or you know, like there's all of these negative things that we allow ourselves to think, and we really shouldn't do that, you know? We really should have a better frame, and an exercise, okay, that you could do. This is not a physical exercise, but this is a more, you know, a verbal exercise. Is when you're having this conversation in your head, start saying it out loud. Do it while you're in the car alone, right? What I do is I take my cell phone, right, and I have a little suction cup on the window, and I just place it on the side there, right? It could be turned off, right? But I'll start talking, so at least it looks like, oh, he's probably talking to somebody on Bluetooth, you know? Right? Little do they know, I'm actually a crazy man. I'm talking to myself, right? You know. So, but what I'm saying is, I'm repeating the conversation I'm having with myself mentally, out loud, because now I'm hearing myself. I'm actually listening because they're coming out of my mouth and they're going into my ear. It's not my brain. And now I'm thinking, wow, what a stupid thing to say to myself. You know, like why am I saying that? You know, and you're realizing the negative talk that you're having with yourself.
Right.
By speaking it out loud, you're actually hearing the negative talk. Like if you could actually have a recorder, you know, that could record every thought that you have, and then you listen to that at the end of the day, you'd say, oh my God, like how stupid is that? You know, that's a terrible conversation, you know, to have with anybody, let alone myself.
And if it could be color coded, so all the negative thoughts were red, and all the positive thoughts were green, then you go, okay, well now you can see the percentages, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a great exercise, you know, if you're driving around, okay, and you're having these conversations, have the conversations out loud, okay, and when you're listening to that thing out loud, ask yourself, you know, and you'll ask yourself, because it'll just be plain and very vivid, I shouldn't be having this conversation with myself. I should be thinking of a better thought right now.
Yes.
Right? And every better thought you have will create better events down the road for you. Right? And it could be in that day, it could be the next day, you know, but what you're doing is it's a snowball effect. You're creating the snowball effect of creating a better and better life for yourself. Right?
Absolutely.
It only continues to improve. Right? Oh, we have another guest. I love it. I love it. So you know, that's very important. Is I wake up first in the morning and I watch empowering videos.
Yes.
Okay, and I actually have a group called you know what? Why don't I actually show you, right? Because that's always better than just talking about it, right? So I'm gonna go over to YouTube. I want you to see my channel.
So is
Your
Actis going to be part of your empowering videos?
You know what? We can share all the empowering videos on Actis.
Yeah.
It should be links to all of those empowering videos for members so that they're aware that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So like for example, okay, I'll go into the drop down here, and you can see what I have here. So I have one called knowledge,
Yeah.
one called motivational, one called best speeches, right? You know, so I can go into, for example, motivational, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and here's the video that the first video you see on top, right, is the Mindshift video that was played during the Actis event,
That's right.
right? That's a great video to watch.
It is.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know
Did
if
everyone
you've
agree?
seen it.
I never
Did
saw it.
Oh, you were out.
Because I was
Okay.
I've seen it.
You know what I'm going to empowering videos, and then you can decide what resonates with you and what doesn't.
Awesome.
Remember, just because if I recommend something, it doesn't mean that
I know.
it's going to resonate with you. You decide, right? You know, and that's what's so beautiful about living on this planet. You decide everything, you know? Everyone's just there to give an opinion. It's always only an opinion, right?
Right.
And as long as it resonates with you, you know, watch it. You know, I love watching Les Brown, for example.
Yeah.
Listen to Les Brown. Les Brown is amazing. When you listen to Les Brown speak,
We saw him in family reunion about 2-3 years ago, right?
he's
Les
such
Brown.
an empowering person.
Yeah.
And when you know his story,
Yeah.
okay, like it's like phenomenal. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure the story will resonate with a lot of people.
Oh,
like when
absolutely.
you listen, if you watch his videos, you'll learn his story because he will
Yeah,
talk to
that's
us. He'll
awesome.
talk about it,
Right.
but then he'll tell you, you know, what to do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's all about, it starts here. Everything starts here. So even the physical stuff, okay, if you're not ready here, you can't do it here, right? So like I said, fasting, if you're not ready here, you can't do it here,
Right.
right? Your body and your brain will fight you,
So true.
right? They'll fight you. So you have to be ready here first.
Right.
And that's what I did. When I did my 30-day master cleanse on water only, it had to start here. Otherwise, there's no way I could have even broken that, 4-day, 5-day barrier, the brain barrier, that said, yeah, I'm not going to die,
I have clients that do that same cleanse that you did. They do it with water and maple syrup.
Right.
They do it every Saturday.
Okay.
Every Saturday.
And you know what? That is so good. Why is that so good? It's 1 day a week where you gave your body a chance and all your organs a chance to rest. That's the main purpose of this.
And they look.
That's actually not true, not the main purpose, but it's, Radha will know exactly what I'm talking about anyways, but there is another aspect to it, right?
Okay.
And it actually is spiritual.
Yeah, well, they are. They're very spiritual people. And
This is a very spiritual process.
They look so much younger than they really are.
Right.
And their children the same way. Like they're, I mean, when I met them, they were in their 30s. They looked like they were in their 20s.
Well, I recently did a cleanse. It was a juice cleanse. So she was doing the green juices, right?
Yeah.
So this stuff here, she was doing this stuff here, right? She was down in the power drink area, right? So she was doing a juice cleanse, every day, just juices. And she did it for a week. In that week's period, what she realized was the gray hairs that were, there, the roots started to show up black.
Really?
The roots, the white hairs that she's had for years, now the top parts were white, but the bottoms, which are the roots, they're showing up black all of a sudden, right? So was she turning the clock back a little bit with 1 week?
Wow.
She was turning the clock back, in my opinion, And she did that. How did she do that? She did something very simple. Some friends of hers told her, do a juice cleanse. They called it a juice cleanse. Just lots of green juices, and she's alkalining her body, and she transformed herself, and she noticed that physically by seeing the roots showing up as black, right? So when you talk about people getting old and graying and stuff like that, that's all in people's minds. It does, at some point, yeah, people do gray, but I honestly believe if we really took care of ourselves, we could be 90 and still have a full head of black hair. If we really took care of ourselves well, right?
Or red or blonde or whatever, right?
Yeah, or red or blonde or whatever, yeah. Whatever your
brunette or
natural
whatever,
color
yeah.
should be, yeah. This is a very important piece. Then there's this is the other thing when you wake up in the morning, you have to think about what is there in your life that you can feel grateful for right now. So that morning, you wake up, you watch that empowering video, and now you're already pumped, okay? And now because of the fact that you're pumped and excited, you think, what am I grateful for right now? And you think of that first thing in the morning. And if you have trouble thinking about that, put a piece of paper beside your bed so when you wake up and you're ready for the gratitude part, you have a list of exactly what you're going to focus on. So your mind doesn't wander to, because you said grateful and I'm thinking the exact opposite, where I'm ungrateful for. So you have to do what it takes to make sure that you're aligning yourself correctly. So a little piece of paper beside your bed, just pick it up, that's what I'm grateful for. And I know I'm really grateful for those things. It could be your mom, your dad, your grandfather, your children, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case might be, or what you're accomplishing, like something that you're doing in your life right now that's bigger than what, you ever imagined. So those are the things you're grateful for, right? And you show that gratitude, and that gratitude will only bring more, right? Absolutely, it always works. But you have to be full of integrity in that gratitude, right? It can't be doubt or I'm kind of grateful for that, but but they did this, and I don't know, you can't do that. Okay, you have to be very clear, very, very clear on your level of gratitude, right? So if it's your children, you can be grateful for your children, but that sometimes they drive you bananas, So you have to be. If that's what you pick, then you just have to find the points in time when you feel that, oh my God, when they did that, I was so grateful. And that's the only image you let enter in your mind. You find that one incident that makes you so grateful, right? That one thing, right? And remember, you don't have to do all of these things. These are just
You mentioned
some.
the one thing,
Yeah.
just as a footnote to that.
Yeah.
It was a course yesterday, and the one thing is now the #1 best-selling business book on the planet.
Wow.
Okay?
That's
And you have a copy.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And isn't that powerful?
And you know, when the last trip I made, you wouldn't believe this. We went from, I drove from here to, we went to Pennsylvania, visiting somebody in Pennsylvania, right? So it was like, I guess that's 5 hours where we went, right? And it was Pittsburgh, right, near Pittsburgh. So
I have relatives near Pittsburgh.
yeah, so we drove down, right? The whole family, and what were we listening to the whole way down, and potentially part of the way back?
The one thing?
Yeah, everyone. That's all we listen to, because we don't listen to the news, right? My girls and my son, they love music, so when they want to turn themselves off, they go like this and they listen to the music and they're done, you know. But when they're not, okay, they're with us in that moment and they're listening to exactly what we're listening to,
Right.
You know, I listen to that. I have a lot of different CDs, you know. I mentioned one time when I was speaking with you. Who else? It was some other person. Joel Osteen.
Oh yeah, I listen to him.
I
He's
love
so
Joel.
cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I love
Yeah,
Joel.
so his messaging is really good. You know?
It is really positive.
Right? Really.
I think it's
positive.
alkaline based.
It's alkaline. Yeah, it's all alkaline. Yeah, exactly. It's not acidic. Yeah, exactly. So anyways, continuing on. Okay, so you've done the gratitude, and then what you're doing is, okay, affirmations. What's your story? What makes it great? Use all your senses. Okay, so this is where you have to have everyone has to have a story, okay? And usually your story should be your goal, okay? Okay, your affirmation is usually tied to a goal, okay? Usually, not always, it doesn't have to be, it can be just general affirmations, but when it's tied to a goal, okay? When it's tied to a goal, what happens is you can actually make all of this real, okay? Because you're using all your senses. It's you in a video, you're the main actor or actress in that video, and you're playing it out in your head, right? And whatever you want to achieve, you see that as already happened, but you feel it in every way. Okay, let's say, for example, you know, your goal was, you know, it's not a really huge goal, but maybe your goal was to move into a really nice home. It's like 5,000 square feet, okay? You know, really big, you know, and you have cleaners working for you, because it's a big house. You don't want to be cleaning all day, right? You have better things to do. So you can imagine all of these things in your head. The smell, you know, of flowers that are growing in your backyard, and you have a beautiful backyard, you know. Take yourself through every sense, the feeling, you know, you're holding a hot cup of coffee that was just poured for you by whoever cares for you, you know, your son or daughter or husband or wife or girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, and they just poured you a cup of coffee or a tea or whatever it might be, and you're holding it. Now you sense that warmth in your hand. So you're playing every aspect, use every sense possible, right? So, you know, so all your 5 senses plus your emotional sense, okay? The 6th sense, okay? The part that gives you that feeling, oh my God, I can really feel this. You have to really feel it, right? And when you start feeling it, you're going to start, you know, I missed one thing, okay? And it's part of this, okay? But the first thing you should probably do when you wake up, above everything, is put a smile on your face. Start off with the smile. Remember every morning, as soon as you wake up, put that smile on your face. Because people, honestly, they walk around all day, and the way they started their day is the way they end their day, right? But if you have a smile on your face at the beginning of the day, you're going to live your life like that throughout the day, you know? It's awesome, you know, when you're able to do that, right? Because, you know, when you're smiling, first of all, you're releasing chemicals throughout your body, right? Like endorphins, you know, whatever those chemicals are. But what it does is it boosts you. It actually gives you more energy throughout the day too. Okay, so you start your day with that smile. Okay, and so when you're telling yourself this story, you have to remember to smile too during that period, right? And you're just playing it out in your head, so there's no issues of you smiling while you're playing it out in your head. It's an amazing experience. And I'm telling you, the number of things that you can think about in your head of having accomplished already. I have a vision in my head, right? And that's the vision that I have in my head, you know? So, you know, I play that out over and over again. And, you know, like I'm sweating up there, you know, I've spoken, you know, and I see lots of people applauding, you know, clapping and all of that kind of stuff. And so you play that out in your head, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, right? And that's something that you actually have to manifest at some point in your life. It's going to happen. It has no way not to happen. We were actually blessed that way. We just have to know how it works and make sure that we follow the rules of making it happen. Yeah. So then
We agree.
yeah, absolutely. And then what I do, okay, is I list the top 3 priorities for the day. Okay, I don't go more than 3 usually, you know, because it just gets too watered down, right? So top 3. However, one of those priorities, okay, should be something that takes you closer to your goal. One thing you do each day should take you someplace closer to that goal, whatever that goal is. So you always have one thing, okay? And 2 things are things that you just need to get done. So now this is a critical one right here, meditation. Okay? A lot of people don't really understand the purpose behind meditation, right? I mean, the purpose behind meditation is actually more of a spiritual thing than anything else, but it's in the West it's turned into a relaxation thing. Hey, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. So meditation here is more for just, you know, de-stressing. It's considered de-stressing. But in the East, and all over the East, what is it? Meditation is designed as more of a spiritual thing. Okay? It's so that we can tap into not our conscious mind, but into our subconscious mind. Right? The thing that that's the holy grail within us, believe it or not. The holy grail of realization is tapping into your subconscious mind. Right? And once you're able to do that, you become the ultimate manifester. You know, and some people just, you know, inadvertently come across this, you know. They're able to tap in, you know, because they have a certain way they think, they have a certain posture about them, you know. Anyways, so how do people meditate, okay? So you can meditate just by taking a chair, okay, and sitting down. So I've just sat down. So I'm in a meditative state. I can just go, I don't have to go like this and put my fingers like that. You don't have to do anything like that. You just have to be able to, the purpose is to quiet your mind. But there's 2 parts. You're quieting your mind, but in order to meditate really well, you should have a straight back. You shouldn't be like this, or curled up, or anything else, okay? Or like this. This is not a good meditative stance. This is not going to help you, okay? Except put you to sleep. That's what it will do. It'll put you to sleep. But if you want to meditate, okay, you can sit, you can, you know, fold your legs on the floor and sit that way. You can put your back against the wall, okay, if you need help to keep your back straight. But you keep your back straight, and the purpose is so that this is in the East. This is what we believe, okay, is that there's energy centers inside our body, okay, and these energy centers need to align, okay, and when we're in meditation, okay, we want that alignment to be perfect, okay? And when that alignment, when we're able to align our,
Chakras.
okay, thank you.
Welcome.
I didn't want to say it.
No problem.
But when we're able to align them, okay, again, that's what takes us to another level, okay, of understanding, and, you know, it just brings us closer to our true self. Again, it's that tapping into our soul nature, you know, which is who we really are, right?
Sure.
So the purpose behind meditation, okay, is you know, multifaceted. You know, it's going to help you on the mind level, physical level, okay? Because if you're able to, when you're able to meditate, what you're doing is you're putting your body into balance, okay? So it's actually, you're able to heal yourself better too. So if there's disease in your body, you can slowly remove those diseases through meditation, right? That's one way. one thing I didn't mention here, actually, it's down here when I say stretching and strength, but it has to do with yoga, for example. So again, in the West, yoga is more of an exercise. You know, you do this and you do that, and you know, you bend and you touch your toes and whatever. You know, you do all of those things, okay? But its original intent for meditation is for yoga is actually linked to meditation. You do yoga first, and then you go into meditation, okay? Because the yoga, okay, makes your body more limbo, okay? But it also opens up all of the. There's not this many chakras. The ones that you're aware of, you know, from the crown down to the root chakra, that's not the real chakras you need to be concerned with. It's the 126 other chakras that are in our body, okay, that people don't know about, okay? And those are the ones that when you're doing yoga, you're affecting all of those centers, okay? And if you're able to work with those center points, those 126 other ones, through yoga, okay, you automatically take care of these ones here. That's the way it really works, okay? And when you're in meditation and when you're doing yoga, the other thing is that what you're doing is you're energizing all of your nervous system, okay? In the East, they call these nadis, okay? They're called nadis, okay? It's like electrical currents through our body. There's, I think, 70 some odd thousand nadis in our body, right? This goes way back, you know, beyond centuries, you know, right? This knowledge, right? So you're energizing all of these nadis, okay? When you're doing yoga and when you're doing meditation, okay? And so what you're doing is you're creating energy, okay? You're not creating energy, you're absorbing energy is what you're doing, okay? And that in itself is a healing process. It's going to help your body. So that's why, you know, yoga is not necessarily, it's good to do yoga, but understand that its main intent is for you to go from yoga directly into meditation, and you know, and that's where the healing truly occurs, right? Okay, so the other thing that you can have as a daily ritual is walking, right? Now, when you walk, okay, what I say here is you need to be in the moment and prepared for inspiration, because when you're walking, a lot of times you will be inspired. You'll be inspired to take a certain, you'll get some realization, oh my God, why did I do that? And then you'll know what to do. You'll be given direction, right? But you stay in the moment. You look at the trees, you look at the birds, and it's always better to walk on, instead of asphalt, walk on ground, you know, like grass or a dirt road or something, like earth, you know, rather than asphalt. And it's always better to walk in amongst trees, okay, where there's a forest or near a river, okay, or where there's splashing water and stuff like that. So why is that? Okay, when you're
safer than the parking lot.
Yeah, there you go.
It's also much more pleasant to be.
It is much more pleasant, absolutely. But what happens is when you're, let's say, near a stream, okay, that's splashing against rocks and stuff like that, and you're walking along it, like, you know, so the Credit River or someplace, right? And as you're walking along there, okay, what's happening is when the water is hitting the rocks and stuff like that, not too far from where you're walking, it's releasing what's called negative ions into the air, okay? Now, negative ions are part of nature. Nature produces negative ions. Trees produce negative ions. Okay? So when you're near a tree, okay, and you lean up against it, there's an energy, okay, that it's never talked about, okay, but there's an energy, an active energy that's there. Okay? When you're near a river, okay, babbling brook or whatever, there's an energy there, and your body it needs that energy. It absorbs that energy like a sponge.
That's why Niagara Falls has that smell.
Yeah, it's the
Right?
mist, right, that's
Yeah.
going up, okay, and so that whole area is filled with negative ions, which are really good for your body, really good. But you could go up to a tree and lean up against it, or just put your back on it and sit on the ground, and that's a really good thing, because you're exposing your body to all of these negative ions. Here, when I hold my phone, for example, or I'm in front of my computer all day, right, at home or whatever, these things produce positive ions. This is bad for our bodies, okay? Over time, okay, all it can do is damage our bodies, right? So you have to be aware of that, right? So you want to do whatever you can to put yourself around nature as much as possible, right? So in a week, at least one day a week, if you can, it's not much, spend time outdoors, you know? Right? It's so important. And the more frequently you're able to do that, even if you're able to do that once a day for 5 minutes, go for a walk, huge impact, you know, on the way we think, okay? Because, well, number one, okay, you'll de-stress, okay, usually, you know, if you're able to do it the way I said, which is stay in the moment, right? But if you're walking and only thinking about all the work that you're not getting done because you're walking, that's not going to help you at all, right? So you need to be in the moment and, you know, appreciate being in that moment, right? So that's walking, okay, and strength and stretching, okay? This is basically your exercise, okay? So walking, of course, is to strength and stretching is I'm talking about yoga, okay? But I'm also talking about people who do weight. Anything you do physically to improve your physical well-being, okay? So walking is included there, and all of this is included there. That's gonna make you. This is the house of your soul, right? You know, you are not you. Okay, what's inside you is what's really you, right?
Yeah.
So this is only like a temporary, you know, for 100 years or so. This is like a costume we've been given, right? So you need to respect that costume as much as possible, right? So by eating a hamburger, or I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but by deep fried foods and stuff like that, you have to weigh it. Am I really respecting my body? When I'm doing that, right? So you just have to ask yourself a question. But when you ask yourself that question, you never beat yourself up because, so you don't say, oh my God, like how stupid am I? Like I should have known better. Never do that, okay? Because you never give yourself negative self-talk. But what you can say is, you know what? I don't care. I deserve this today. It's my gift I'm giving myself today, and I'm just going to do it. I don't care. And go ahead. But when you're having whatever you're having that you know is bad for you, make sure you stay in the moment and really enjoy it, right? Don't overindulge, but really enjoy it, because you don't want to produce negative self-talk as a result of it, right? Because again, that's going to have a negative effect on you, right? So always positive self-talk, as much as possible, regardless of what you're doing. When I recently, like at the beginning of this year, actually, I started weight training, very simple. I started with 2 dumbbells, and I think there's like 22 pounds on each side, right? And I would just lift them, they're just free weights, right? And I would just lift them while lying down sometimes, like on a bench, and I would just lift them. In the beginning, I couldn't do 10, like go like this 10 times, my arms would give out 10 times, right? Now I can do 100 easily, right? So anything we do repetitively, we absolutely get better at, right? If you want to become a great basketball player, you just keep shooting hoops, right? At some point, you're going to get like 99% of them in the hoop, right? So whatever you want to do, if you want to, whatever it is, okay? Like if you want to get good at anything in your life, okay? Or to start doing it, you just have to do it repetitively. So you need to do rituals. So daily rituals, you need to do it daily. Everything that you want to do, you try and do consistently, okay? It's very important. Form a habit. People will say, well, habits are bad. No, they're not bad. Habits are great. If you think they're bad, and it is a bad habit, then it is a bad habit. But create good habits and keep doing them consistently every single day if possible, right? I would definitely recommend every single day. And again, you don't need to do all of these things, okay? You just need to pick and choose the few that you think you can do. How hard is it to wake up and say, wake up and hit play on your phone and watch an empowering video or something like that, or on your iPad, just put it on a stand and hit play when you wake up in the morning, right? You're not even out of bed yet, and you're already doing that. You've already smiled, You've already started setting the tone for your day, right? So you want to set that tone every single day. The other thing I do is you can do blending or juicing, okay? And I started juicing in the beginning, but now I blend, and I only blend. So I'll take, for example, kale or spinach or some green, okay, some leafy green, and I'll just dump it into a blender, right? So you just take a bunch, okay? I won't even tell you a recipe because you don't need a recipe because you'll decide how much of what is right for you. And it's got to be green though. So I take, kale or spinach or whatever. Hopefully it's organic. If not, make sure it's washed well and then shove it into your blender, right? And then I add cucumbers. I would take half a cucumber for myself and I would just chop it in a couple pieces, toss that in, right? Cucumber.
What do you
I
do
would-
with the skin? Same
yeah.
thing.
What's that?
The skin of the cucumber.
Oh, the skin. Oh yeah, everything.
You keep it in.
Oh yeah, the skin. Oh yeah, the green stuff. Yeah, we need that there. We don't want the water from the body of the
Right.
cucumber. We need that green part. Okay, but what I do with cucumber, I take a knife and I kind of scrape the outside, so it's all still green, and then I rinse it really well, right, with my hands, and then I chop it up, toss it in, right, to blender. This is it sounds like this might take a long time or something. No, it takes me less than, like 3 minutes, and I have my drink. And I'm already drinking, right? So there's those two things. I'll add a little bit of ginger, okay? What does ginger do to our body, okay? So what ginger does is it's the, there's certain foods that cool your body and certain foods that heat your body, right? So, like older women who are like in menopause or something like that, right? Like, they go through hot flashes or whatever, right? Like, these things do happen, right? So during that period, if they knew that there are certain foods that heat your body and you're already getting hot, why would you have even more of that stuff, right? You would try and avoid it and try and have more cooling stuff.
Right.
And cooling stuff doesn't mean like ice cream, okay? First of all, ice cream is actually, it heats your body because it's a fat. Fat heats your body. So you can just go online, look up this stuff. It's all out there on the internet. Google it, It's one of my slides. I say Google it, So you need to just learn to Google it, and you'll find out that certain foods heat your body and certain foods cool your body. So you want to find out what's heating and what's cooling, right? So for this drink, okay, so whether it's kale or spinach or whatever other green, cucumbers, a piece of ginger. The ginger, what it does is it regulates your temperature. It's almost that thing that says, no, you want to go high, no, you need to be here. Or you want to go low, no, you need to be here. It regulates that temperature. So ginger in almost anything, because it can't be in everything, right? It wouldn't taste good. I don't know if I want it in certain things, right? But in certain things, if you can add it, okay? You don't need a lot of it. You just need like a little chunk, chop it up in little pieces, put it in a blender, and it's gonna purify, it's gonna liquefy, right?
Do you peel the ginger?
I do peel the ginger. You don't have to peel the ginger. Just make sure it is clean, because it can have some dirt in it, right? Just make sure it's clean, and you don't have to peel it all the way. You can just peel certain sections, parts of the skin that look clean. You can actually leave that. It's just gonna get liquefied anyways, and then you're just gonna drink it, So there's a lot of value there. Yeah, go ahead. So there's ginger, and then there's lemon. Okay, I take a whole lemon myself. Okay, now that depends on you, right? In my case, I'm okay with the sourness. I can actually eat an entire lemon with the skin on, or even a lime for that matter. It doesn't make a difference to me. I can eat the entire thing, So, and people say, well, it's so bitter and stuff like that. But yeah, it's bitter, but I've done it a couple times now. I'm accustomed to it. Anything you do frequently, it becomes nothing. Some people say they can never drink Guinness. Well, drink it a couple times and you'll be fine. It's like that, right? But you want to do that. That's the question, right? So I add a whole lemon. Okay, squeeze everything except for the seeds. I can take some pulp in there, everything, and I let it all go in. I don't put the rind in there when I'm doing the juice. I just the skin out. Right? Just chop it in half, squeeze it all in, good to go. And then.
So you put the skin in the juice?
No,
You don't? Okay.
not the skin.
Okay.
So you can, like some people might want to say, what I'd like to do is just put a little bit of the rind, you know, like you know how you scrape a little bit of that rind to get a little bit of the essential oils in there. So you could do that, get a little bit of those essential oils into the into that liquid, right?
Okay.
Into that juice.
Yeah.
So let me just. Just get back up again. So you've put in the lemon, and now the other ingredients you're going to add are two things. You're going to add Himalayan pink salt. So it's from the mountain, right? Himalayan mountains, pink salt.
That's really good for you.
Oh yeah, but you don't put too much. You just want a pinch, okay? A pinch of taste. But what happens is you're adding even more minerals, okay? Right? So I'm going to explain what happens once you start blending, okay? And then the final ingredient that I put in is a little pinch of cayenne pepper, okay? Cayenne pepper is very important because what it does is it's a blood purifier also. It helps to take toxins. Toxins are attracted to the cayenne pepper molecules, and when they're attracted, it actually helps to take them out of the body. So
And you
it's
put
very
cayenne
good.
pepper in the dried form, powder form?
Yeah, in the powder form.
Or sometimes it's
Yeah.
liquid
So
form?
the thing with cayenne pepper that you have to be careful with, it's very hot.
Yeah.
It's very spicy. Yes.
Where do you get the Himalayan salt that's nearby? Like, I've been trying to find it, but I want somewhere where I can get it easily. Like, do you know where you can get it easily? Like, I've gone to different like natural food stores. I don't want to go to Costco because I don't have a Costco card.
Yeah, no, they have, all the natural food stores should have.
Most of them have it.
Well, I went and they said no, they don't carry it. But
Surprising.
do you know anyone?
Order it on Amazon. It's so easy.
Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh, good, okay.
Well, you can get it in Indian stores.
What's that?
Where?
Stores.
Where could you
Okay.
get it?
Punjabi stores.
Oh, Punjabi stores.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Himalayan pink salt.
I order mine online. Okay,
Uh-huh.
when I go to the
I
US,
think
I just pick them
Costco
up there.
has it. I've never
Oh,
heard of it.
okay.
I think Costco has it.
The
Yeah,
health food stores.
yeah. But you can, even health food stores here have it too.
And you put it in your blender.
I must have gone to the one food store that didn't do it.
Is there
And
a-
one health food that it didn't.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
I only have a little bit more to go. Okay, we're done because you do have to continue on the class. So okay, so what I do with the alkaline drink now, I blend it. Okay, so but before you can't just blend it as is. I add RO water to my blended alkaline drink, right?
Or water.
So reverse osmosis. Okay,
Oh.
so it's a cleaner water. It's better than tap water, and if you have it, if it's put together correctly, it should be alkaline, right, in itself. Right, so you add that RO water to your blended drink, right? So now it's more liquid inside. Now once you turn on that, put the cover on, hit the button, okay, on high speed, let it just go, right? However, I let it go only for like about 60 seconds, okay? While it's turning into like more like a slushy, right? In that 60 seconds, and then I stop because what happens is because these are green things, okay? Even though there's lemon there protecting the green, okay? From oxidizing, what you got to do is you got to make sure that it doesn't heat up because you're not trying to cook this thing, right? So what I do is sometimes I'll take some crushed ice and I'll add it to the top of to the blended material, right? And so now the crushed ice is in there, also getting further crushed, but it's helping to keep that liquid and that green stuff cold.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now I don't want to necessarily drink cold drinks. But it's important here because you want to make sure that everything in that you just blended is alive. Okay? And if you heat it up with that blade too much, you're going to be killing all the active enzymes. All those active things that are there, living organisms. You'll start destroying them. But with the ice there, you're preventing them from heating up and they're not being destroyed. Not to the level that we don't want them destroyed, right?
Would you ever add any fruits? Just to-
I never add fruits to a green drink, okay? Because, except for in this case, lemon, which is a fruit, right? Okay, but other than that, I normally won't because fruits and vegetables, they digest in our body at different rates, okay? So in order to control that flow that should occur, right? Certain things you don't want to mix together.
So fruits and vegetables digest at different rates, and a tomato is often confused as a vegetable when it's really a fruit.
That's right. Yeah.
So which one digests faster?
The fruits, I believe, want to digest the fastest.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think so.
so you should, okay. So you should have a fruit salad before you have a vegetable salad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And
Good
but
to
the
know.
whole idea behind this, okay, is
So Italians
in
have it
North
all
America,
backwards. Italians have it all backwards.
yeah, in North
Because
America,
they have the
all
salad
our-
after the meal, it doesn't make any sense.
in
That's
North
okay,
America,
you grappa and it solves everything at the end, right?
Oh, it kills everything.
Yeah, that's it.
so in North America, because of the way our lifestyles are here, okay, and the way we eat, okay, most of our bodies are acidic, okay. In fact, our bodies in North America, in most cases, are around 80% acidic and 20% alkaline, okay. 100 plus years ago, they were the exact opposite, okay.
Wow.
So we've kind of messed up our bodies royally, okay, like because of our lifestyle, okay, the stresses, the way we eat, what we eat, okay? It's exact opposite. We're not supposed to be eating the way we are eating, you know? Like our biggest meal of the day should be breakfast,
Yes.
okay? And then as the day progresses, we should be eating lighter and lighter. Instead, we skip breakfast, okay, most of the time, right? And we have this massive meal at night. And then we watch TV and go to bed. We just destroyed our body. You know, we're helping to destroy our body that way. We shouldn't be doing it that way. It's supposed to be the other way around, and so is the alkalinity, acidity factor in our bodies. Okay, we need to learn to make our bodies more alkaline. However, if you make your body too alkaline, you're actually not going to digest food properly. You'll actually expel whole food, believe it or not. And I don't think you want to go there either, right? So that won't be a fun experience. Okay, so you have to be careful. You can take this too far, okay? Because I know people have taken that too far. Because I talk about this and they take it to an extreme. I get alkaline. Yeah, you get alkaline, but not that much, you know? If you just drank a green drink every day for, a week, you can be so alkaline, which is great. If you had a disease inside your body, you would have destroyed that disease, right? Whether it be cancer or whatever, okay? But you don't want to take it to that extent in a normal, you want to still function, right? So, yeah, you want to make sure you don't over-alkaline your body, right? Anything too much can also be bad for you.
So if you have a drink a day
Sure,
you're trying to get yourself balanced out,
Sure.
let's say, right?
yeah,
And we're all, too much.
yep.
So would you suggest doing a drink a day for like a week or?
You can do a drink a day every day. If you ate normal, whatever you do, you have like your steak, you have chicken, you have
Right.
sandwiches, you have French fries, whatever. Why not have make a bottle for yourself
Yeah.
and then drink it throughout the day. Just keep it cool,
Hmm.
right? Don't keep it frozen. Just keep it cool, right? So that's.
And do you ever do fruit ones like this?
I do. In fact, I have it's a hobby site, okay? It's only for hobbies, okay? And I test stuff on it, okay? It's called Hug for You and Me on Facebook, right? HUG, the number 4, and then the letter U, and then the letter N, and then ME. Hug for You and Me, right? And if you go to that Facebook page, you'll actually find, alkaline drinks that I make with the recipes, okay? And you see pictures, and you'll see the fruit drinks that I make. So when I'm doing a lot of fruit stuff, I try and make sure everything's organic. And I incorporate a lot of things, and I explain why those things are there, right? Go ahead.
Just with juicing, I've read Max Gerson's book about healing cancer with raw, and it's ideal to drink a juice, something that you juice, within the first 13 minutes after juicing. Because after that, it loses its potency and it's not going to be the same.
Yeah,
Quality, the vitamins, minerals,
but it
everything.
depends on what you put in the juice too. It depends on how you made the juice. So those are the other factors. For example, if you add lemon, okay, to your
I
juice,
see.
okay, what's happening is you're protecting your greens from alkalining, right?
Oxidizing.
Oxidizing,
Yeah.
Oxidizing.
right? You're protecting them.
How long does
So-
that effect go on for? Do you know,
Well, it depends on how much lemon you've added, right? Because it's the body of that, so there's
Yeah.
variables there, right? When I'm juicing, like I said, I put a whole lemon in my juice, right? Every day, right?
He doesn't mention anything about that in his book. I guess that's a rule I'm really trying to stand by, even if I have lemon.
And that's a great rule. But that just means that you're having things completely fresh. So you don't have to think about these other You know, but
Yeah.
see, like, sometimes it's difficult, right, to have, you just made a drink, but
It's
you made
true.
too much of it, so you can't have it all at once. But
Sometimes
if you had
it's
enough
frozen,
lemon
you
in
know,
there,
that's the-
now you've protected yourself, so you can actually put it in a thing with a cold pack, you know, and then carry it with you throughout the day. And as long as it's kept reasonably cool and it has that acid in there, the lemon, okay, now you can keep drinking it, you know, every now and then, and you'd be fine, right? You know? So, like, I keep a drink in the fridge for up to 24 hours even, right? But it has enough lemon in there.
How does it taste though, really?
But a lemon is,
You know what?
but a lemon is alkaline based, right?
It is, yeah. Well, it's acidic outside, right?
Right, but
But
on the
inside our body, it turns into an alkaline form.
That's what I
right?
mean, but
It
when
works
you
like
have
an
it, yeah.
alkaline thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
How's this tasting?
I love them. Like,
So you must
every
have a lot of
alkaline
lemon
drink I
juice in
make,
there. Or
It's quite-
gluten test.
you know,
No, isn't it true?
I'll
that-
make it and I'll bring it here.
Isn't it true? Isn't
You know?
it true though that
I don't
our taste?
mind.
Isn't
Yeah.
it true that our taste
Okay.
buds adjust?
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, that's the
definitely.
thing.
They do.
They
You know,
adjust
like,
very
like,
quickly.
like seaweed is insanely good for you, you know, like
Yeah, that I know.
seaweed, right? But many people can't eat seaweed. They think it's disgusting, right? They tell you that to your face, you know. "Ugh, I can eat that stuff. It's disgusting, you
It
know.
is, it's gross.
Jamaicans actually have a drink
Right.
that they used to, they call it, what's it called? Irish moss.
Okay.
Yeah, Irish moss is seaweed.
Okay.
Yeah, and we drink it, but we, of course, we add all sorts like condensed milk and nutmegs and all that stuff to make it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't use condensed milk because
Yeah.
it's so much sugar,
Yeah.
right? You know, like, and milk in itself is not good for us because
Yeah.
it causes our lymphatic system to shut down. Literally, you're clogging up your lymphatic system. So your organs and your skin and everything start to they're not able to breathe.
Oh.
Literally, you know. So if you know, I mean, everybody feeds their children milk because you need calcium. No, that's actually not true. You don't need milk at all. Okay, you know, mother's milk is fine. Okay, but any other form of milk, it's not good. You're better off giving them, you know, asparagus, you know, and turning asparagus into a soup if you want. There's tons of calcium with, you know, other elements, you know, like D and stuff like that,
What if you
which
like
combine
milk?
well.
What if you like milk? Like-
Yeah, if you like milk, then I mean that's
But
fine.
you can have almond milk. That's what I have.
You could
There's a
have,
lot of substitutes. Coconut milk is amazing. It's very rich. I mean, you
Yeah.
put on everything, but I make a lot of desserts with coconut milk.
yeah, absolutely. Coconut milk, almond milk. We have almond milk all the
So
time.
regular milk is not good, but
No.
almond milk
Yeah.
is
Does it
okay.
come
But now,
Almond milk is
okay,
good, actually.
you know, like, you know, I have to disclose everything
Yeah.
because
I
I'm
know.
speaking here, right? So I do have milk, okay, and I have milk in chai that I have with my wife every Saturday morning, right? So my wife will make, you know, our Indian chai, you know, and we put milk in there. But that's the only place we
I
have.
drink cereal in the morning, like quick as oats.
Right,
I make it with water, but then I put some milk in it.
milk and then
just
be
to
more
kind of-
creamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that okay, or you think that's?
Well,
That's
I
the
think
only time I
if you do away
drink
with it, it was better, you know?
you. What?
Okay. I
That's not
use
good for me.
soy milk. I guess.
Oh, you
Not
don't
really
drink
soy
milk
is
either?
not necessarily a good
No, I
alternative.
don't
Milk,
drink
almond
milk.
milk is a
I
good
don't
alternative.
See, I love milk. I can find a substitute.
Almond milk.
Almonds.
You can also make,
Soy,
yeah.
Soy I tried, but soy, my body eventually built up an
Yeah,
intolerance.
soy
to
doesn't
it.
work for everybody.
Yeah.
No.
There's
But
other
almond milk is
combinations
great,
of it.
and then, yeah, almond milk is great.
So the last one I have on my list, okay, is as a daily ritual would be, you know, taking your time improving yourself, okay, through reading or writing. So you read a little bit every day, you write, you know? And when you write, you could be writing anything, whatever you want to write, okay? Write out, you know, a journal of what you have, or something you want to do today. Write it out, you know, with your paper and pen, you know? But writing, get in a habit of reading something that will move you forward in the direction of your goals, right? Read something every day, you know, if you can. And really all you need is 5 minutes. If you could read a paragraph of a book, at least you did something. Trust me.
Well, 10
That
pages.
paragraph, it'll go fast, okay? And
Yeah.
you'll realize that after a month, oh my God, I've already read half this book somehow, you know? In those
Yeah.
5 minutes every day. Whereas if you would have said, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to read, you know, you'll never do it. Many people are like that, right? So what I'm saying is I'm just giving you an option, you know, just, you know, make it a daily ritual. Short period of time, read something empowering, read something that will, you know, you know, like really enrich your life. It could be health related. It could be a juice book, you know. It could be a book about essential oils, you know. It doesn't matter, you know. It can be about anything, you know. You could go online and you can read online, you know, right? But however you want to read something that will help to improve you in some way, right? Improve your craft in some way, make you a better, you know, real estate agent, make you a better person, make you a better whatever it is that you want to be. Progress you in that direction, right?
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there too, in that what I'll actually do is, that's where I separate my business self from my self, right?
Right.
And where I'll do something to feed my body. And quite often that'll be at night before I go to sleep. Because, you know, how many times I've been, you know, really, you're stressed and you want to go trying to get to sleep and you can't. You pick up something that's inspiring, and just after reading even a chapter, that you sleep like a rock.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And whatever you've read or done last, okay, so for example, if you went to sleep at the end of the day and you're watching a horror movie, you've taken that with you into your sleep, okay? If you watched a murder, suicide kind of thing, or you read a paper, or you know, whatever you
Watch the
watch
news.
the news, you know?
Exactly. You know
Oh
what
my
they
God, the
watch
best
the
one,
news
you know,
before
watch
you
the
go to
news.
bed?
You really want to screw yourself over, watch the
No
news.
kidding. You know how hard I had to work to get my mother to stop watching the news before she went to bed?
Yeah.
Because she said, "Oh, dream about this." I'm like, well, what was on the news? There you go.
Yeah, but it's
Right in
and
there.
it might not. It could have been from the day before, even the night
Yeah.
before. You know, but you have to get yourself away from those bad habits, right?
Mhm.
I consider those things bad habits, right?
Yeah.
News. We don't watch news.
For me, I mean, I hate horror movies and things like that. I never watch them.
Yeah.
I remember going to see, in my early 20s, going to see The Exorcist. I could not sleep for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was it. I never
That was
watched another film.
Yeah.
And that was because on a dare from a couple of friends of mine, they go, "Oh, you gotta watch this. It's horrible." And being
Yeah, you went to go
naive
see it.
in my
Horrible
early
as
20s,
well.
and I went, oh, this is just so. I couldn't even watch it. I had to walk out.
Yeah.
This horrible stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's part of the, you know. So you're conditioning your mind, okay, and you know, all those different steps. Okay, each step is to take you into a better place, you know. And so if you create these daily rituals, your entire health from here down, okay, that's what you're going to be improving for sure, right? Because it all starts here, right?
Yeah. It's
So
awesome.
it's from here down. That's the way you're working, right? Starts here, everything.
Well, thank you.
So are you sending us that, Dinesh?
Yeah, I can send you this.
Yeah? Send it to Natalie and she'll send that to us. You
Okay.
don't have to send it to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's awesome. So how about we stop this when we start yelling? Everybody's gonna.
Okay, sure.
Okay, great. Let's take a 1 minute break.
Okay, 1 minute break.
Thanks. Thank you, Dinesh.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
No, really, we're so